Damn, do I look good today? At least I feel so. Alright, hey guys, I got an awesome episode here for you to get today. This one about social abundance. And that is another spectrum that we're looking at today. Once again, just going into this stuff blindly. But besides a couple of small notes, but mainly blindly. And we start off here. A lot of people find themselves in a very derpy kind of state, derpiness, a submissiveness, and this is the far end of that spectrum. This is obviously disappointing and frustrating to be in that sort of state of the spectrum. A lot of times, actually, people want you to stay in that area of the spectrum, but not me. You don't deserve to be in that side of the spectrum, and you shouldn't be submitting to other people. You shouldn't be submitting to women. You shouldn't be submitting to, if you're an adult, you shouldn't be very submissive to your parents, especially when you disagree with them. You need to create your own mindset and everything like that, and sort of disrupt this in this area of scarceness. A lot of times, if you're derpy and submissive, you end up in an area of scarceness and almost like hopelessness. And it's really up to you to sort of establish if you really want to make a change. Do you really want to make a change? Do you want to get out of this sort of hopelessness, this scarce sort of lifestyle where you can't just find enjoyment by just going outside and talking to your 3 followers on YouTube? So what is it holding you back from being able to express yourself, staying in this sort of state of like not having any income whatsoever, so you don't even have the ability to sort of go out and do different things? And we just recently talked about that. Monetary pursuit isn't everything. It's not going to solve all your problems, and it's also not going to be. It's going to be a part of scarceness, but it's not going to be completely about scarceness. Scarceness is also about bringing other things in your life that aren't money. So, I mean, we're gearing towards abundance, not so. Bringing other things in your life that aren't money are a part of the abundance. And you sort of you need to create this resourcefulness to be able to find the tools. They're all over YouTube. You can check out all my previous videos. This is Mentoring 365. And there's all kinds of different spectrums, a little bit of deep dives into certain chakras, things like that, to sort of help you sort of establish a knowingness of who you are, of being and doing and these resources, they can help you solidify a strong, distinguished state of mind, and so that you can go from submissive and scarce to resourceful and then dynamic, a dynamic person, distinguished and dynamic. You use your resources to find out a way to become distinguished, and then whenever you interact with people, you can sort of have a dynamic interaction. You can go from a range of humor all the way to seriousness. You can provide value, insight on business, insight on market trends, insight on investing, advertising, marketing, finance. If you can bring these tools out, I mean, they can help in different, they can help in networking. You can sort of show what you have to offer to even a potential a guy. You never know who you're going to run into, and networking is way bigger than you even think it is. I just recently thinking about improving my resources, I had a friend who mentioned for me to get in touch with his father, who he is running he's not running, he's part of a financial institution, and he manages a lot of equities. And so after that, he got me on his newsletter. So every week I get financial information from a big time institution in Pennsylvania every single week. I don't really know where their headquarters are, but I get the information. I know he works out of Pennsylvania, and I get this information every week just because I had an 8-minute phone call. And actually, whenever I took that 8-minute phone call, I was a little bit, nervous about doing it, because obviously this is a guy that takes his time seriously. I don't want to use up his time. It was a very quick phone call, and I was a little bit disappointed at the duration of the phone call. But then when I realized what I actually had made this connection, and I'm on the newsletter, I get the information. He even wanted to line me up with another person that actually is very into the crypto world and having a lot of success in the crypto world, because I told him about my experience of getting involved in a bear market, and having accumulated some abundance of money. So this sort of conversation, it started out, it was supposed to be socially geared, but also, this is a social interaction too with the with the call and everything, but it ended up turning into business also. And so this sort of abundance, although we sort of went into this thinking socially, it also is going to help you with in the business world also, in establishing resources and mentorship, and then you can use these resources to become very distinguished on your views in business and socializing. I'm creating this new firm belief that, after discussing with someone that actually manages equities for a firm, that he is in no state of fear of the near-term future, and is very, very, very confident in the long-term gains he's going to get with his equities. He's very confident that the bull market is still going to continue around the corner through the election going into next year. And so this is not financial advice, but if you establish these sort of connections, you can find ways to score yourself some abundance in your life. And if you're sitting on the sideline in scarcity and hopelessness, which I actually did for a time, I felt hopeless. I was 5 years ago. I was recently rendered paraplegic, and I felt hopeless, and I felt like I had nowhere to turn. And all of a sudden, I started finding ways to find my own mentors through YouTube, through books, books like A Random Walk Down Wall Street, podcasts that I discovered. My brother actually introduced me to a podcast called We Study Billionaires. They study Charles Munger, Warren Buffett, big time money makers, and they're sort of the way that they gear their investment portfolios, the way that they find value in certain investments, discovering healthy ways to put their money into things. And it's just, there's so many different resources out there that you just have to open your eyes to them. Because I could refer these resources to all types of people, but until you sort of reach that stage where you really want to get yourself out of scarcity, and find the resources for yourself, you're not going to really pull yourself out of it. If you're just really comfortable with working that job all the time, and you're not looking to sort of find a way to be self-sufficient and make yourself long-term money, you're just going to stay in this area, and you're never going to really find that abundance, because people have got there to that point, and I'm not there yet, but I believe that I can get there one day, where my money can work for itself, basically, and I can find that abundance so that I can manage investments, recurring income through that, and be sort of self-sufficient. So this is how I've structured my life in a way, and I plan to structure my life, and there you can see that there's an opportunity for you to potentially seek these different mentors, and you just have to start. You just have to find a way to start, and be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, like I did, taking that phone call with someone who makes a shit ton of money, manages big time equities. And if you can surround yourself with these resources, with these sort of these social groups, this is what a lot of people talk about. Surrounding yourself in social groups with people that are geared towards self-improvement, whether it's business or other ways. Healthy social groups where you can collaborate and see where that can take you, where you support each other in a way so that you can reach goals that you can't even imagine. There's certain type of people and mentors that'll put things in perspective for you and where you can actually get to in life. They'll sort of help you get into a 5-year mindset and really help you. And you may have to pay for these sort of mentors, and it may be worth it. And this is something that we sort of, I think we even talked about last episode, about reinvesting in yourself. This sort of spectrum. It is very reflective over that last one, where you have to reinvest in the resources to help yourself, and you have to be willing to also, gain that sort of money to reinvest in yourself. So you can put yourself out there, so you can meet, you can find a way to network with people and really absorb everything that they have to offer, because there is an abundance of resources, and you can fundamentally turn that abundance of resources into an abundant lifestyle. And once you sort of get towards once you get to that state, there is this dominance that you can achieve with this abundant lifestyle. This distinguished dominance, where those people that whenever you think about people that make a lot of money and they got, girls clinging under their shoulders and stuff like that, they sort of have such a strong rooted look at the world, so that this strong frame of mind and everything, that it creates a distinguished and a dominance. And actually, this is actually something also to go back into resources. If you can sort of look at some other, there's YouTube videos out there about frame control and being able to use this as a resource, even if you don't have a lot of things, like I was just talking about, somebody that has people clinging on their shoulders, probably because they have achieved some self-sufficiency in their life and abundance, so much that they are taking women out on wild dates and wild adventures and everything like that. So you don't have to have those certain things to also be able to use frame control and these other resources to help you enjoy interactions in the present, as you sort of practice your way to accumulate abundance. And I'm sort of reiterating the things that I've seen other people on YouTube talk about, and they've actually achieved more abundance than I have. But that doesn't really change my mind and my way of striving towards reaching that sort of abundance that they have. And I don't really actually even compare myself to them as much, as even though that I sort of brought these sort of examples out there, these people that have they live sort of abundant lives with women, and I'm not saying that's really what you need to be striving for, but that's sort of how they've reached this attraction. This attraction, they provide value to a lot of people, and they achieve this attraction in business life and social life, where they can provide monetary value to people, whether it's consulting, but then also they can provide women with amazing adventures and things like that. But you also can provide women on amazing adventures without a heavy use of your money. So you can look at scarcity. I said this earlier. Scarcity, it isn't just about money. It's about putting yourself out there and having different, friendships and networks and things like that. That's the established improvement towards abundance that gets you out of scarcity. You make that money, you find a way to reinvest in yourself and sort of improve yourself along the spectrum, and then make this a belief of yours. Make this a belief that you can have an abundant life, and that you can focus on these different aspects and improve your resources on the daily, so that you can reach the goal that you want to be, who you want to be. You want to be an abundant, resourceful person, adventurous. I certainly do. And I won't let being in a wheelchair stop me from doing that. So what's really holding you back? Is it your own limiting beliefs, or can you achieve this abundance? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love and appreciate you for watching. If you need to check out some other videos, make sure you look at the playlist Mentoring 365, as we continue our journey and my journey towards a full year of videos. I don't even know if it's possible. Am I going to run out of stuff? Am I going to have to I'm going to have to start covering some of the stuff I already talked about. But I'm going to find a way to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.